What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the 2018 Challenger Hellcat rebuild. We are getting close to being able to drive this car. Wednesday, we are taking it to Dodge, get the red key made, have the AC charged, the ABS bled, a bunch of stuff. So I need to button up all the fluids today, get all this ready so we can take it up there. They can let it idle, they can charge the AC, they can have the key made. All of that needs to get done Wednesday, so we need to get all this stuff done today so I can load it up on the trailer tomorrow and have everything ready for the Dodge dealership and finally actually be able to drive this thing. So let's get to work. If you're not following me on Instagram, head over there, check it out, and yeah, I can't wait to drive this thing. What I'm going to do is bleed the cooling system on the engine side. There's a little bleed screw on the back of the thermostat housing. Let's do that. Bleed the air out of it. Cooling system is now bled. The bleed screw bled all the air out of the system. Now, one of my subscribers said for the windows, you just hold the button down for 6 seconds, then up for 6 seconds, and it should reset the windows. So we're gonna try it out, see if it works, and hopefully after that, the windows function as they're supposed to, because it kind of bothers me that they don't ever go up. So we're going to put it in accessory mode. Come over here, we'll try the driver one first. I think you have to have it rolled up all the way first. So now he said go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try the passenger one. Put it all the way up. So down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess that's all you're supposed to do. Let's try it out. Oh, it works! Oh, hell yeah! Oh! Oh yeah, the windows work now. Thank you. I need to find your name on YouTube, but I appreciate that. The windows now work. It's down, hold it for 6 seconds after it gets to the bottom. Up, hold it for 6 seconds after it gets to the top. In accessory mode, and it resets it. So they said every time your battery is disconnected, you have to perform this function. I'm really excited that the windows now go up all the way by themselves. I thought it was something with the wreck, but it just must have been something with the battery being dead. So the person's name on Instagram is 512BB, and it just told me exactly how to do it. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Shout out to you. Hell yeah. Since I couldn't find the correct riv nuts for the chiller pump cooler bracket, I just used some zip ties, and until I find them, I'll just use the zip ties, which I measured the holes, should be able to order the correct ones. They just won't be Dodge ones. So the bracket also bolts up here to the crash bar, so it should have enough support to hold the pump for now. I doubt I'll even drive this much with the zip ties, so it really won't matter, but this will help because I will be able to fill the system with coolant, and it will be ready for the whole alignment process tomorrow and actually be able to run and drive. So I don't know why I cared so much about getting factory bolts. I think the whole thing was just getting the correct size, but I know how to measure bolts. So I just got stainless ones. Now I'm gonna bolt the cooler, the secondary cooler, onto the bracket. I ordered aftermarket riv nuts, should be here in a couple days. So once those come, I could pop riv nut those in, use a tool, get those in there. And then this, these bolts right here are stainless. They won't rust or corrode. I don't know what I was thinking. All the new parts are installed for the secondary cooler and the chiller pump. So I could have went and got used parts, but there is an update on this pump, and these pumps are like $1,500. So they're not cheap at all. I could have went and got a used one, got all used parts, but I got all new hoses, new cooler. My cooler was busted, new pump. I mean, my pump was busted as well. Just that reassurance that you get from having, I don't have to worry about later on the road if one of these hoses got pinched and then they form a bubble and pop. when I'm on a road trip. I don't want to have any of those issues. So all these new hoses are just so awesome. This thing is 100% ready to fill with coolant for the chiller. And then I can bleed the tranny fluid or fill the tranny fluid. The tranny fluid, you have to let the car run on a lift in drive, and then you fill the tranny fluid until it leaks out of the plug. So I'm gonna do that after I fill this cooling system. And yeah, we're getting really close to loading this thing on the trailer and taking it up to the Dodge dealership. The one hose I did not order leaks. That's exactly what I was talking about. This lower one down here, you can see it's leaking from the bottom. It must have got punctured in the accident, but you can't really tell until you put coolant in it. So I'm gonna order this hose and it should be here in a few days, which kind of sucks, but I guess that's why I replace all the hoses usually. And people are mad because I'm too meticulous about stuff, replacing everything with new parts. This is what happens when you don't. So other than the coolant leak, I was having a brake fluid leak, and I was like, oh no. I didn't know what it was because I replaced all the brake lines with the scat pack lines. So I was like, what is going on? I just forgot to tighten this one line that goes over to the driver's side caliper. Obviously, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't bleed the driver's side caliper. It wouldn't hold any vacuum. I found the reason. It started leaking brake fluid, started dripping. I was like, oh no, the lines are cracked. And then I was like, no, I replaced the lines with the scat pack ones, so I shouldn't have any issues. So tighten that line, should be good to go. I might not even have to have Dodge bleed the ABS system. So right now I made a little contraption right here. It's like a flexible guy with a 10 and a swivel. So I could get to these back 10s back here. So I could tighten them, put that little fascia thing on there, and then put the trim pieces that cover the curtain airbags in the front up. And then the interior will be 100% buttoned up. And pretty much all of this out here is 100% buttoned up other than that one hose. Just actually drove the Hellcat out of the shop and she's ready. She is so close. If I had that hose, I could literally take this to Dodge and have them program the 700 horsepower key and bleed the brakes, do all that stuff, and I could actually drive this thing home. But I don't have that hose for the chiller cooler, so it has a hole in it. It does leak. Just drove the Hellcat out of the shop into the junkyard, and she is a driver now. I mean, look at her. She drove under her own power. Needs a few little things. If I had that hose, I could take it to Dodge, have the key program, the ABS bled, everything done. Then I could actually drive it home. But she is so close. She is so ready. And I haven't actually driven one of these. I've been kind of saying to myself, somebody said that I could drive one of theirs, and I was like, nah, I want to just wait until mine's done so I could feel it and have like the first experience of driving one of these. So I can't wait. Super excited to actually be able to drive one of these, actually be able to park this in my garage and everything. But yeah, she is coming out so good, so nice. But other than that, let's clean up the shop a little bit and get it parked back in there until that hose comes, that elusive hose that had the leak, and then we could get this thing over to Dodge sometime, maybe this week, maybe next week, depends when the part comes. Just finished sweeping and cleaning the junkyard floor up. I threw a bunch of stuff away that I was just keeping. I didn't know if I needed it or not. Now I'm gonna pull the Hellcat in. After I pull the Hellcat in, I'm gonna sort through all my tools. How I work is I just use tools until the project is done, and then I just put them all back. But in the meantime, when I'm doing the whole project, I just kind of have them scattered. It's probably not the best thing to do. I probably should put the tools back after like every day that I use them. It'd be a lot easier to find. I don't know what it is, but every time I'm like moving this car around, you just like have to rev it. I don't know what it is, but the supercharger, it just sounds so good. I've always been so against superchargers because they are so less efficient than turbochargers, but the sound, like just revving it's just like the whine, it's just like wow, wow. It's kind of addicting. This car is going to be a lot of fun. So let's clean these tools up. And I think that's going to be pretty much the end of this video because I don't have anything left to do because I'm waiting on parts again. Yay. That is going to wrap up this episode of the Hellcat rebuild. I am glad that the car actually moves under its own power. It is so close to being able to drive. Can't wait to actually drive it. If you like these videos, click that subscribe button, throw a comment below, give the video a thumbs up, and as always, see you guys tomorrow.